Hey everyone, this is Guitar Player Academy, Jonathan here, and today we're going over How to Solo Part 2. This is a continuation from Part 1 where we went over the fundamentals, but this time we're going to dive deeper into the major and the relative minor scale. But in order to really fully comprehend everything we're going over, if you're new to soloing, I highly recommend you check back on the part 1, the first video. There will be a flag up on the screen at the very end. There'll also be a link to go back and check out that video. While you're on the page, why don't you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of these How to Solo or any other beginner series videos that I put up. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we went over the major pentatonic and based everything around it. We added the blues note to our repertoire there, but today we're going to fill out the rest of the notes. In the major scale, there's actually 7 notes, not just 5. Pentatonic means 5 notes, and in this case there's actually 7, right? So we're going to move for demonstration purposes to the key of A. You'll see why, so we can connect the relative minor and the major scale. It's just visually, it's easier to understand what's in the key of A. So we're going to play that major pentatonic. We have 1, which is A, 2, which is B, 3, which is C sharp, 5, which is E, 6, which is F sharp. Right? We're not going to stop there. We're actually going to fill out the rest of the tones. Now, since I said that there are 7 notes, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. This means that we're missing 4 and we're missing 7. So let's go over those. 1, A, 2, 3, 4. This is new. This is the note D. It's right underneath our tonic there. And D, in this case, the 4th, it's kind of a special tension, right? These new notes that we're adding are tension. How we talked about tension and release in the last video, same thought applies to these 2 new notes. 4, most times, wants to resolve down to 3. So D to C sharp in this case, right? However, there are some circumstances where D can resolve up to the 5th, in this case E. Or we'll continue on. 6, here's the major 7th, right? This is our G sharp. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. G sharp in the 7th degree of every major scale, the major 7th, always wants to go up a half step to your tonic, right? It's just leaving it like that unless it's a major 7 chord or it's a tension, maybe. You never really quite want to leave it just on that. You want to typically resolve up to your tonic, right? So 2 octaves. I'll play the shape first, and then I'll count off, and you can join me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your major scale, otherwise known as the Ionian mode. There are actually 7 modes in total. There's Ionian and then the relative minor, which is Aeolian. We're going to go over those 2 in this video. Those are kind of like my anchors when I solo. We will eventually fill in the others. Don't worry about them yet. But just if you're communicating with other musicians and they say, hey, play in Ionian mode, most times they're going to tell you to play major scale. But in case someone throws an Ionian mode at you, you know what it means. So using a backing track here, let's test out the difference in sound from our major pentatonic to our Ionian major mode here. I'll start out just in our major pentatonic, and then you'll quickly see me branch out into Ionian, and you'll hear the difference. Now to go to major. A lot different, right? You had a lot more tension and release. You had sometimes I'd go. That's like not a complete sentence. You're still waiting for the rest of the sentence to finish up. Again, that's that 4 to 3. It's actually a perfect example there of how 4 doesn't always have to go down to 3. Sometimes it's more appropriate to climb up to 5. Right? Again, this shape is your wheelhouse. But your notes, your safety notes, your chord tones are still the same. The first, third, and fifth. So in this case, in the key of A, it's A, C sharp, and E. Right? Now, how I like to think of the relative minor is that I like to think of it as two different sides of the same coin, right? When you think of the relative minor, it is the 6th degree of our scale. So we're going to count up from A, 6 notes, and then that will be our relative minor. I'm going to show you a visual trick as well that I use when I'm soloing, because let's face it, if you're cranking out a solo, the last thing you're thinking of is, okay, what's 6 up from A? So I'll teach you a visual trick, but just so you know the theory behind it, you have A, which is 1, B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is F sharp minor. So we're basing everything now and counting up from F sharp. We're still in the key of A, the notes are still the same, but we're just starting on the 6th degree opposed to the tonic. But we're still in the key of A. All the notes are the same here. So this minor scale, we're on the 2nd fret, E string, 1, 3, 4, which is F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, so 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, this is your E, F sharp. I slide back a fret, I do 1, 2, 4, so G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, 1, 2, 4, A, G sharp, A, F sharp, G sharp, A. Again, I'll play the shape one more time and then we'll rehearse it slowly. Real slow now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget the shift. Shift back. And that's the shape. But you'll notice that the tonality, while the notes are the same, the tonality and the emotions, and if you will, the colors behind it, are much sadder and much darker. It's not this happy, not this happy-go-lucky major sounds. There's a lot of mystery, a lot of tension behind it, right? Again, it's the same notes, but the order that you play these notes creates the different sounds that you want to go for. Again, it's like saying a sentence in two different ways. It's like, hey, look, a dog, or hey, look, a dog. It's two different things. Same words, same notes, but how you say it and the phrasing behind it is what determines the emotion, right? So we're going to go back to the same backing track here, and I'm going to play a little bit in this minor Aeolian scale, and then I want to show you how you can actually blend the scale, because look, this note and this note are the same. All of these notes, while they're slightly in different places, are all the same. Again, it's just the order you play them. So I'll start out in the minor mode here, and we'll switch over to the relative major. I'm going to switch to major now. Blending the two. Right? You kind of have infinite possibilities with this, because again, so many of the notes overlap. There's a point I want to make about bending. We talked about bending in our first video over this major pentatonic, and a lot of the same bends apply, but they're different because we're thinking of this all in the minor mode here. So all I'm doing there is bending my B to a C sharp, which is just the major third of the chord. It's one of our chord tones. Look, there's our major pentatonic. It's back, but instead we're in this F sharp minor shape, and I'm going 6, 6, 5, but I'm bending it. So yeah, the bending might look different, but we're actually still only playing the same tension and release over and over and over again. But that's basically it. Again, we're starting in the major key, and we're still in a major key, but we're just thinking about this in the relative minor, thus allowing some harmonic differences. And that's pretty much all. So if you guys found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Part 3 will be coming out soon, where we look at the other types of modes, which if you think the Aeolian mode unlocks a whole different flavor, wait until you see and hear the rest. If this is your first time with modes, it really is something. It unlocks literally your entire fretboard in a single key. It's awesome. But again, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. Make sure to hit that notification bell and keep coming back and keep shedding, because we want to make you the best guitar player that you can be.